Counterpunch boxing news. Counterpunch boxing news.
Like he said.
Counterpunch boxing news.
Like he said.
Counterpunch boxing news.
Like he said.
Counterpunch boxing. Counterpunch boxing news. What's up, fight fans? This is Kirk DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning David Benavidez. Get this. David Benavidez claims that he broke down Dimitri Bivol in sparring. And this is what he said, quote, he said, Canelo first, and then I'll move up to 175 and beat Bivol. And then maybe Artur Beterbiev. I know that it is possible and I can accomplish that. I'll beat all of them. I find ways to win, which makes me so dangerous because I can break down any type of style. You have seen me break down Bivol. If I go up to 175, the scary thing is that I am going to be even stronger. That's why I am so interested in the weight class. There is a lot of good fighters, but I am not scared of nobody. I really do want to put myself in these tough situations. The interviewer then confirmed that he did see the sparring session. I never seen the sparring session between Bivol. I seen some, and it didn't look like Benavidez was doing all that. Maybe I missed a segment of that sparring. Understand, sparring, when you take segments out of sparring or sections out of sparring, that's taking the whole sparring session out of context. Okay? That's the first thing I want to just address to you. You can't just take this part for 5 seconds and show a guy getting off or getting the better of that person and then send that everywhere. And people, because what people are going to do, they're going to perceive that this is how this was throughout the whole sparring session. How many rounds did you fight? You know, how many times did you get in the ring with them? You know what I mean? You showing us 5 seconds, 10 seconds, maybe even 20 seconds of you doing something, but not the whole thing. So I don't know what the interviewer saw again. He's, you know, he or she, you know, or they can only determine that, right? So I don't know. But I can tell you this. If Canelo doesn't want to fight David Benavidez, I think David Benavidez should come up and go up to 175 while he's still young, while everybody else is still actively very good. Dimitri Bivol, I think, is a very good fight for David Benavidez. Probably one of the fights of the year. You know what I mean? And David thinking he's going to be stronger, he may be stronger. You know, we don't know. You know, as far as Artur Beterbiev is probably the first person he should fight instead of Bivol. Bivol's still young. If you want to fight somebody in their prime that's ready, that's able, that's a killer right now, fight Artur Beterbiev. Then fight Bivol for the WBA. Because see, if he beats Beterbiev is the unified light heavyweight champion. Bivol is the WBA light heavyweight champion. Okay, he's a single title belt holder. Okay, but Beterbiev has the remaining belt. So I think, and then he's like 38 or 39 years old. He needs to fight him now, because my first guess, I kind of read between lines how people explain things. He says, well, I'll break him down. You see me break down Bivol to the body. Okay, well, I want to get Canelo, then Bivol, then maybe Beterbiev. See, that maybe shit kind of gets me. That's what gets to me. I'm like, why would you maybe want to do that? Because if you fight and you beat Bivol, okay, then you're the WBA lightweight. Why wouldn't you want to unify with a guy that has the rest of the belts? That's like Terrence Crawford having the WBO and maybe he wants to fight Errol Spence for the remaining of the belts. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't really sound too confident coming from David Benavidez. It does not. It sounds like to me, David Benavidez, you know, may not want to fight Beterbiev. You know what I mean? See, maybe you do. Then again, maybe you don't. And I think in this situation, Beterbiev will be a hard fight for anybody. Probably harder simply because David Benavidez is a good boxer, but he's known for a puncher. Based on a guy like Beterbiev, He's not going to box you at all. He's just going to get to you, stick to your chest, and wail on you. He has his own skill set now. Don't think he's just this brawler, but he's more like a very aggressive bear. He's a guy that's ready to take your head off. You know what I mean? And he takes shots to give shots. You know what I mean? And David Benavidez knows a guy with 19-0, 19 knockouts, 19 wins, 19 knockouts. That's kind of scary and it's dangerous. You know, and there's no guarantee that he'll be able to take shots like that. See, this is what happens. It's going to be a point in everybody's career where they go to a weight class where either they cap out or they meet their match. Okay? Canelo's seen it. Roy Jones Jr. seen it. Manny Pacquiao seen it. Vasil Lomachenko seen it. Floyd Mayweather seen it. A lot of these guys, Oscar De La Hoya seen it. They knew, all of these guys that I mentioned, you know, and many, many others, knew that there was a weight class that they got to where they know, okay, this is my cap. I'm not going any further than this. I'm not going any further than this simply because, I'm good doesn't mean I'm going to go up there and get beat up. Floyd didn't even go to middleweight. He stayed at 154 and he fought at 150. He came in, I think, at like 152 or something like that. So, yeah, but there is a cap in weight. I don't know what David's is. He's a tall guy, but I would love to see those sparring sessions. So if anybody has footage of this particular sparring session between David Benavidez and Dimitri Bivol, please send it my way. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace!